Welcome to Pour the Wine, It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to be reviewing Next Stop Christmas. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, November 6, 2021.
Oof.
And stars Lyndsy Fonseca as Angie Reynolds and Chandler Massey as Ben Lee. Now, we last saw Lyndsy in Single on the 25th, which we loved.
Loved it.
Love her. Love you, Lyndsy.
Yeah.
You can check out our podcast review of that movie
Mm-hmm.
in our repertoire.
In our repertoire.
She will be in the upcoming Summer Nights movie, The Love Heist, which is set to appear next month, June 20th,
Man,
2026.
this year is flying by. Man.
It is. I know. I can't believe it. Chandler last appeared in A 90s Christmas in 2024. And, you know, we haven't seen that one.
No.
No.
We'll have to put that on our list.
Yeah, I think we should, because a lot of people, I believe, enjoyed that one as well.
Yep.
I need to also mention a few of the supporting cast members in this one. Erica Slezak plays Aunt Myrtle, or Aunt Mert, as they call her. And what's interesting about Erica is I was a huge soap opera fan of All My Children. Now, she was not in All My Children, but she was in One Life to Live, which I watched frequently after All My Children. She was on One Life to Live for like 40 years.
Wow.
She played
What a
Victoria
career, man.
Lord,
What a
and
career.
then had lots of other last names. Yeah, what a stint. But so loved seeing her in this. Eric Freeman plays Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
Angie's ex-fiance, current fiance, depending on where we are in the timeline. Leah Thompson plays Angie's mom, Evelyn, and Christopher Lloyd, of course, shows up as the train conductor.
Train conductor said.
Yeah, we have that Back to the Future connection between Christopher Lloyd and Leah
yes,
Thompson.
we do. Yes, we do. Well, Next Stop Christmas was directed by Dustin Riker. Dustin has directed and or produced several of our Hallmark favorites. He last directed 2025's Lost in Paradise, which we love.
Yes, we did. Yes,
And has directed the upcoming A Grand Biltmore Christmas, which we are looking forward to.
Very much looking forward to, and very much looking forward to heading to the Biltmore.
That's right, because we're going, baby.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And Next Stop Christmas was written by Carrie Drake and Dwayne Poole. This is Carrie's Hallmark debut. I love it when they have these debuts.
I know. It's pretty exciting.
You know, just go
And
for your dream.
This is a good one.
Yes, I know. If you're going to have a debut,
This is a good one.
This is a good one. Dwayne wrote several Hallmark movies, with his last credit being Holiday Hotline in 2023. But unfortunately, he sadly passed away that same year.
Aw.
So here's to you. I'm going to do a little cheers. Here's to
cheers
Dwayne. Yep.
Dwayne.
Cheers.
Aw. You can send us an email to pourthewineitsromcomtime@gmail.com. And please do send us an email. Let us know what you think about the podcast, what you think about Hallmark Christmas movies, or anything Hallmark related. We're almost we're not quite halfway through the year of 2026 so far, but shoot us an email and let us know what you think about the movie so far.
Yeah.
In
I
2026
think
on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, I think Hallmark's doing a great job.
It's been pretty strong. I mean, we're revisiting, of course, older Christmas movies, but that's okay.
That's okay. It's our Tinsel Tuesday. We'll do what we want to.
It's our Tinsel Tuesday that we like to drop. Yes.
And if you'd like to help other Hallmark fans find our podcast, if you go over to Apple or Spotify and hit that 5-star rating and give us a review, it would help us tremendously. But if you like watching our videos, you can hop on over to YouTube at Pour the Wine, It's Rom-Com Time, hit that like button, then click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our episodes.
Don't miss anything.
So let's drop the synopsis.
Alrighty. Angie is determined to spend Christmas alone, but her usual commuter ride turns into a Christmas train that drops her off in her hometown in 2011.
Whew.
10 years previously.
Man, dun, dun, dun. And this is the part of the podcast where we tell you we drop spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, which would be amazing if you haven't.
Well, there might be some people who are discovering.
Yeah,
for the
that's
first
true.
time.
Turn us off or pause us, go watch the movie, come back, and let us know what you think in the comments down below.
Or listen to the podcast and then go watch and then come back and let us know your thoughts.
That one too.
About the movie. All right, let's get into our review. Let's dive in.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Or what?
We've seen this several times by this point.
Yep.
And this is on our radar. We love Lyndsy Fonseca. We really enjoyed this movie when it first came out. We weren't doing the podcast then, but we've seen it many times since. It's just an adorable film that's heartfelt, but also, has some fun along the way. Like I said, we love Lyndsy, and she's so perfect for the role of Angie in this because, she just plays the role so perfectly. Like, she's shocked at first, and once she gets over it, she dives right in to trying to figure out what's going to get her back to the future, so to speak. Right?
No pun intended.
See what I did there? It's just also, there's so many good nuggets in this film. It's just such a good reminder that life moves fast. Things aren't always as they seem. And memories have a funny way of becoming distorted over time.
Yeah.
Or what you think was one way. Actually, there were things that were happening in the background that you didn't know about, you didn't realize, and it's different than what you thought. I mean, I just really enjoyed this one. Despite the quirky music, which we're going to get into a little bit later, I forgave the quirky music in this one.
Yeah.
What about you? What'd you think?
First of all, kudos for the shout outs to, Back to the Future with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
I loved him as a train conductor on this.
Yes. Yes.
And it kind of also, for
and
me.
Leah Thompson.
And Leah Thompson too. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of Polar Express,
Yes.
I just, I loved like you said, the way she adapted, and it took her a minute, but then she dove right into the being in the past and getting things done.
And wouldn't it take us all a minute? Because you'd be like, wait, what?
I know. But
back in the past?
Yeah. Hey, can you give me those lottery numbers?
Yeah, right.
I love the second chances. I love the family traditions.
Yeah.
Definitely love the Christmas decoration, especially the Reynolds house, because it was decorated to the nines.
Yes.
I mean, wreaths in every window. I mean, so well done. And it wasn't a cheesy,
no.
Just every scene was perfect. And one other thing.
Perfectly decorated, you mean?
Perfectly decorated.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And, the way that it was shot and everything. But, yeah, and the chemistry between her and Ben, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So, you want to get into some favorite scenes? Because I don't think we have a meet cute in this because they already knew each other.
Yeah, there's no meet cute, unfortunately, because we're ready to rate it, but we can't.
Yeah.
Because she's already met and broken up with her fiance, ex-fiance, and then, so there's really not an official meet cute. There's sort of like a re-meet cute, where she meets Ben in present day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess there was that one where he kind of runs into her in a bar, and
Sabrina.
He didn't tell her they're childhood friends, and he didn't tell her he was in town, and he's been in town for a couple weeks or something.
Yeah,
and he didn't.
Yeah, and he didn't tell her.
Yeah, and he didn't tell her, so it's sort of like a re-meet cute.
which was decent for a re-meet cute.
A re-meet cute, yeah. It was pretty good. It's pretty good.
But I did love how Sabrina, I think she was wearing a red shirt, and Angie was wearing a red shirt or a green shirt. I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah, you pointed that out, actually. So Angie and Sabrina are in a bar, and it's towards the beginning of the movie. It's before Angie has gotten on the train to travel back in time. And they're having a drink, and they have just like the most festive drinks, and they have cranberries in them. And you said, look, they're wearing red and green, and I hadn't even noticed that. So well done, cute costumer, right?
It was cute. Kudos to them.
Yeah, it was cute. It was and that's the scene that Ben walks in and he sees Angie, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're here, Angie! Is that you?"
I know.
So yeah, that was cute. All right, so As far as favorite scenes,
Hmm.
um, I would say it's after. So Angie gets on the train
Hmm.
to go home. She's a surgeon. She's headed home. She falls asleep. She wakes up. She is back in, it's 2021 when the movie was released and maybe filmed. Maybe it was filmed in 2020, but um so she wakes up, she finds out she has gone back in time,
Right.
right? So I'm trying to figure out where her dad, has picked her up and Tyler is with her because she's not engaged yet, but he is her boyfriend.
Hmm.
And they arrive and at the train station and her dad is picking them up. And then eventually she ends up getting dropped off at Santa's workshop. And this is a little bit later. She decides to tell Ben, who was her childhood friend, what's going on with her, that she has traveled back in time
Right.
and she is from the future. And he's like, "You gonna terminate me?" And he
I
kind of says it
know.
in the Terminator voice, which was so good.
I'm
So
from the
good if
future.
you know the Terminator.
Y-
And then they go to a diner and she's trying to tell him that it's true. And he's kind of razzing her and he's like, "Let me see your driver's license. Are you a hologram like Princess Leia?" He's
Yes.
going into all these and she's trying to tell him, what's happened.
He was like, "Are you going to pop up and say, Ben, I need your help. Save me."
Right. And then she tells him, "What's going to happen to you? You're going to choke and I'm going to save you." And he's kind
Yeah.
of like, "Yeah, whatever." And
On a gum drop. Yeah.
yeah, by a gumdrop. So I thought that was really cute. So the Santa's workshop that kind of led into them then going and she's, finally confided in somebody at that point, what's really going on. And he kind of believes her,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not until he actually does choke.
Right. And the way she
And
acted when it was going
yes,
down, she's like, "Oh,
yes.
are you choking? Do you need me to help you, to
That's
save
another
you?"
favorite scene. She's like, "I'm so shocked that you're choking."
Like, "I told you so."
Yeah, that was really, really cute, right? Because she knows what's going to happen because she has
Yeah.
been there before.
Yeah. It was
And I
brilliant.
think that's when he's finally on board. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
another great scene. Not
Yeah.
him choking, but her kind of being like, she kind of rolls her eyes, he starts choking.
It's so funny. It's so
And
good.
then
And
her sister says something like, "Who could have seen this coming?" And Angie's like, "Right?"
right?
It's almost like,
And I
who could
love
know?
when it
Yeah.
did dislodge from his throat, it hit Tyler in the face.
Oh, did it? I think I
Yes.
missed that on all the times we seen it.
He was like, "Ew."
Mhm.
So that was good. That was a good scene. That was one of my favorite scenes too.
What about you?
I just loved every scene where she fell asleep and woke up on the train with
Yes, I
Christopher
have that in
Lloyd.
my cheers.
I mean,
Yes.
those scenes were just, oh man, it just took me back to those days,
What do you mean?
just Christopher Lloyd and Back to the Future, because
Oh,
he was kind of the same character almost, not cuckoo crazy scientist, but he was always trying to tell, um, what's his name, about the future and to be careful and all that
Marty.
stuff. Marty, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. But with her, every scene that she showed up on the train, she was getting closer and closer to figuring out how to get back. And I just thought it was really well done.
Yeah, and the way she would so they would transport her back on the train, she would go to turn off the light by her nightstand and then all of a sudden she'd be back on the train.
Right.
So there were scenes like that. I thought those were really, really well done.
They were.
What they kind of did to get her back on the train and then back to the past, not to the future, but then back to where she needed to be in the past. So yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. So what was another one of yours?
I think when Angie, she's out with her dad now. So she's in 2001. No, I'm sorry, 2011. I took her
Right.
back further than she went. She's in 2011, and in 2021, her parents are divorced. Her dad lives in a different state,
Mm-hmm.
and she's kind of not struggling with, but she hasn't been home for Christmas because it hasn't been the same since this 2011 Christmas,
Right.
which she views as perfect, like the perfect Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So when she's back in 2011, she goes out shopping with her dad, and she's noticed things since she's been home that she didn't pick up when she was actually living it in 2011 of their distance and
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of bickering a little bit, but she asked her dad, why they've been doing things separately. And she's realizing that she didn't see it before. And, she's coming to this realization of what's going on. And she gets in the car and the door closes and all of a sudden she's back on the train.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we were talking about. So I thought that scene, so she's, and then she says to, the conductor, Christopher Lloyd, she's like, you got to stop doing that, and then that's when she's coming around like, hey, Christmas in 2011 wasn't as perfect as I thought. Because she, as time went by, she's like, what? That was a perfect Christmas. Everybody was fine. And then all of a sudden, her parents got divorced and that was it, and, things are always so much more than they seem. We all know. But the fact that she's realizing that and she goes back to the train as like another nugget. I just thought that was really well done. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. It was because she's like, how did I not see that?
Yeah.
And you don't pay attention when you're
when you're
young,
wrapped up in yourself a lot. Yeah. And what's going on with your own life. It's hard sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Another one of my favorites was the conversation with her sister.
Yes.
When Angie kind of overhears her sister about them, not being able to get pregnant, and
her sister and her sister's husband.
Yeah. Right. And so they end up in the room, in Angie's room, and they're talking on the bed, and they're just having that good old conversation about, how come you never told me? And, her sister was like, well, you never seemed interested in all that other stuff. So that was another part where she realizes, oh, so it wasn't so perfect back then, because she never talked to her sister about the personal issues that they were going through.
Well, and our sister says, we don't have that kind of sister relationship.
Right.
Like Oof. We just don't. We don't.
That was
talk all that. Yeah, that's like a real eye opener.
Yeah. Yeah, right? It was.
So yeah, I have that as well. Only one of the future conversations between the two of them.
Right.
That's another favorite scene. But yeah, but that's sort of leading up to Angie's realizations about what was really going on in 2011. So
and the part that I enjoyed the most was when she said, there's a little girl waiting for you in a couple of years. And
that's the future one I'm talking about. Yes.
So that was good.
So you fast forward towards the end of the movie and you have Angie and Kristen are they on the bed again? They're laying on the bed and they're just kind of having a heart to heart like sisters usually do. And, and Kristen thinks Angie's favorite part was getting engaged. Right. And she's like, no, the best part of Christmas is us getting closer. Right. Like she's, Angie's realizing that she's missed out on a lot of her sister. And I think, and it's always interesting to me when one person has one memory and another person has a different memory, right? So here Angie thinks, oh, we're fine. We have a great relationship. She's gone all these years. And then when she gets put back in the situation, she's just realizing what she missed.
She was like,
for whatever reason, not for a bad reason, but just, oh gosh, I really didn't ask you questions about what was going on.
Right.
I didn't see it. I was looking at you, but I wasn't seeing it.
Right.
So yeah, I agree.
Right. So you have any more?
I have a couple more. You talked about the one. I love the fact that this is just a general thing. So Angie's working to try to get her parents, she's trying to recreate the party that her parents met at.
Right.
Which is Aunt Myrtle's,
annual Christmas.
Yearly, annual party that she has for Christmas on Christmas. It's on Christmas Eve, right?
Christmas Eve,
Christmas Eve. And so she's recreating it by having the same carolers there if they're still alive, because it was like a long time ago. But so Angie sets it up so that her mother has to wear the same dress that she wore 30 years prior to that party. Now I'm like, that's damn impressive. If you can wear a dress from 30 years ago, because I cannot right this second.
That's so
For
funny.
30 years ago, there's no way. And I was like, that's a pretty good little.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I know some people can. I get it. But, in 30 years, usually things have changed a little bit. But,
I agree.
I thought that was impressive. But I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
The last fave scene that I'll mention is when it's towards the end, it's sort of like it's a reveal in a way.
Hmm.
Kristen has excuse me, she has found a box, the Frosty box.
Yes. That's mentioned a couple times in the movie.
Right. Kristen has found a box that was given to Angie by Ben when they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen has already given it to Angie, but she took out a letter that was in it because she didn't want it to ruin Angie's current relationship with Tyler.
Yep.
But towards the end, Kristen gives her the letter,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, Angie reads the note, and I don't think I wrote down what it said, but it's from Ben, and it's basically like, did you write down what it said?
No, but it was pretty much like no matter where you are,
Yes.
or how far we're apart, just know that you're always the one for me, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's Angie's realization when she reads it, that, because she's been trying to find out, she's been trying to get back to the present. She has a train ticket. It's been faded. Hello,
Right.
Back to the Future. And she's trying to get it to become unfaded. I don't know how to say it for the words to
Well,
come back on her ticket.
the ticket said round trip, but the only thing that was on the ticket was just round.
Right.
You
So
didn't
she's
see
waiting
the
for the word
rest of
trip
it.
to come back so
Right.
she can go back.
So she can
And
go
so
back.
at that moment when she gets the letter and she reads it, she realizes it was all of it: her family, her mom, her dad, her sister,
yeah.
and Ben.
And
She
Ben.
realizes it wasn't just one, because she was looking for one thing. Maybe if I do this one thing, maybe if I say yes to the engagement, maybe if I make it right with my sister, but it was really all of it that she needed to
Mhm.
look at and take another look at
Yep.
that made the difference. And then that's what gets her back on the train to go back to the present, back
Right.
to the future.
Right.
Yeah. So
And
I really enjoyed that. And that's when she tells Ben, hey, meet me in 10 years. And he's trying to get to the train before she leaves. And yeah, I just love that. And the music in that scene was great. Finally, they brought some good music. So
yeah, and that whole special effect with the wormhole, whatever you want to call it, was really well done.
yes.
With the train going through it. I mean, I'm telling you, that was just as good as Back to the Future type special effects. So
I know we keep saying Back to the Future, and I wonder if I wonder if Dustin Reichert is a big Back to the Future fan,
probably,
because
I
there
wouldn't
were
doubt it.
some nods to it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Well, you had two of the
So-
actors on there, so
Well, yeah, yeah.
So,
But-
but
And yeah,
well, my last one, if you're done, are you done?
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's
Was the Frosty box was mentioned a couple of times, and at one scene, Angie had asked him, if you had a chance to go back, what would you do or what would you say? And he said, well, that's between me and Frosty. So
Ben says that,
Ben
right?
says
so
that.
Angie had asked Ben,
right, if you could go back, what would you do or what would you say?
Right.
And he told her, well, that's between me and Frosty.
That's right.
And he was referencing the box and the letter in the box. But she didn't know that because the letter was removed from her sister. But my best scene was when she finally gets back to the present and she's at the hospital and she realizes, oh my God, I'm late. I'm supposed to meet Ben because I told him in 2011 to meet me in this restaurant at this time. And she gets there and she feels like she's late, or she thinks she's late, but then Ben calls her on the phone. And that whole scene that unfolded with her sitting down with him for dinner, and the waiter brings over this thing, and well, she tells him something, and he goes, oh my God, that's like topped what is about to come. And she's like, what do you mean? And the waiter puts down the meal that's covered, and she goes, is it my favorite spaghetti? And,
That's right.
and just the way
that was funny.
The way she says it, she's just
the way she delivers it. Yeah.
It's so effortlessly or natural. But when they lift it, she's talking and then the music builds up and he lifts it up real quick, right? And it's the box and she's kind of like, oh, the Frosty box. And then she's talking and then the music starts building again and he opens it up and it's the ring. He used the Frosty box
for the ring,
as the ring for the ring holder. I thought that was so good.
It was so good.
good.
It really was.
And the
It
music
really
and the
was.
look on her face. Oh my goodness. Yes. So that was my last favorite scene.
I agree. And the music just builds up. It's so
Oh man.
cinematic in that
Yes.
moment. And almost, I was trying to think of what movie the music reminded me of. Like almost, I don't even want to say any other movies because someone, will go, that's not right. But,
Yeah. No.
it was very cinematic, Christmassy cinematic,
Right. Yes.
so, but yeah, that is a great, they really, really shot that well. They played it, they acted it well. It was really well done.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
let's move on to jeers or
How about
cheers.
cheers?
How do I say
Cheers.
jeers first? Cheers.
So for me, what I mentioned earlier, it really showcases how life moves fast. We're also caught up in the busy of it
Mm-hmm.
all, right? That we miss really what's going on. And we're all guilty of it. I mean, I
Right.
am, you are, we all are. And I mean, when Angie has a heart to heart with her sister and her, I just, all of that really, really worked for me. I just
Right.
thought the look at relationships, the look at memories, the look at a busy life,
Mm-hmm.
maybe slowing down a little bit. Things aren't what you think,
Right.
because Angie went home, or Angie, in 2011, she thought her parents were fine, but she really wasn't paying attention
Right.
to their relationship. And then
Mm-hmm.
when she really saw it, she realized what was going on. So just all of it, the look at the relationships,
Right.
life moving fast, all that would be a big cheer from me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the scenes where she's transported back to the train, which we've already talked about. I think Leah Thompson's really good in this one.
Yeah,
She's
she
just
is.
her acting is so effortless in this, and it's not like over the top. There were no like corny scenes for her to have to, play out, but she was just so, and she's not like that, I'm just saying that she was so good in it and natural,
Right.
and the pacing of the movie was great. I already talked about the couples. I'm just glancing at my notes. The shot of Christopher Lloyd at the end when he's getting his shoes
Yes.
shined. You got to
Yeah.
mention that at the train station.
That little
And I'm
wink, wink.
telling you, when he winks and then there's a little bit of music, and that is so reminiscent of Back to the Future
Yes, it
music
is.
at the very
Yes, it
end.
is.
So
I think he actually doesn't he do something like that in Back to the Future?
he winks. Well,
I'm gonna have
he's
to go
in
back
the.
and watch him, but I think there's a part in the end, in
Yeah.
one of them, where it shows him last, and he kind of looks at you like,
Well, doesn't he
so
do the roads where we're
yeah,
going?
where we're going, we won't need any
But yeah,
roads.
so and the whole Back to the Future,
Right.
Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, the faded ticket, that's like the movie of there,
Yes.
the music
You
at the
picked that
end, I
up,
thought was
right?
like it. So yeah. All right, what about you? Cheers.
Just family means everything. Traditions, the conversations, paying attention of what's going on with your family, the decorations, the set work,
Yeah.
the shots I thought were all well done. Even on the train, and that, you know what, that train reminds me of the one on Finding Mr. Christmas when they did that little scene. It looks like the same train.
Oh, really?
I wondered if it
Maybe. I
is.
don't,
I
yeah.
wonder if it is.
Yeah.
The costumes, I think the red dress that Angie was wearing at the end at the party,
Angie's,
actually, when she went to the party, that red dress, or was
Angie
it maroon?
or her mom?
Angie.
Evelyn.
Well, both of them, but
Both of them. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I thought they were very
Yes,
beautiful.
yes.
And
Okay.
and Tyler, even though Tyler was set on his career, at least they didn't make him a jerk.
Right.
He was understanding about her not wanting to go, and he kind of knew the relationship her and Ben
Yeah.
had. So kudos to that.
That's true. They didn't make him like some bad guy.
Yeah.
He was kind of, he kind of got the short end of the stick a little bit too. He kind of got a little,
Yeah.
because he was suspicious, but
Yeah. So that was my cheers.
that was really good. And I like I think we've seen it in a movie, and I can't remember which Hallmark movie it was. I was trying to remember when you're talking about the relationship between Angie's parents, they are kind of quietly quitting each other.
Right.
Do you remember that? There was some Hallmark movie that we talked about and I thought that's such a good way of putting it, where you realize there's a gap, but you're not sure how to get back to what you once had.
Right.
And maybe sometimes you don't want to, but they were kind of doing things separately, and they just needed like a reminder of,
Mm-hmm.
Falling in love the first time. And I thought that was really good too, because couples, when your kids get older and they leave, and they do.
An empty nester.
Yeah, when you become empty nesters, it's not great for everyone, and sometimes it makes it worse because all of your focus has been on the kids, and then all of a sudden you just have each other, and you're like, what do we talk about?
Yeah. Like, who are you, stranger?
Like, what do we do now that we're that they're gone? So I thought that was a really good look into that.
So you have
all
any
right,
jeers?
what about jeers? Did you have any jeers?
I really didn't have any. There wasn't anything that stood out to me that I would go, I didn't like that. They didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
What about you?
What do you think I'm going to say?
Music.
You don't need the corny, quirky music. You just don't need it. I don't know why. Like, okay, maybe like once.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're going to do it once just to get a little quirky music in there. I don't know why that bothers me so much. And
it does. Movie, it really bothers you a lot.
It was throughout the whole movie until the end. And then the end, they had that beautiful music at the end, the cinematic, but the score was so good. Why? You don't have to do the other stuff. And I mean, I get it. That was Hallmark's, that's their style. That was their style. It's kind of what they were, known for. But it just, so that would be my biggest jeer. It's always going to be my biggest jeer when you have that type of music in there. Like I said, if you want to sprinkle it in once, fine, I can get over it. But it was like through the whole movie.
Right.
You can make it can be light and fun without that thrown in there.
Right. I agree with you.
And kind of funny, take it tongue in cheek. Can you travel back in time? No, like we all know that.
Maybe we can. We just haven't found it yet.
You have to suspend reality for a little bit sometimes when you're watching some movies, some Hallmark movies, So, I mean, we get it. You just don't need the music to add to it. That's all. That quirky, corny music.
At least they didn't have it when he proposed to her. So there you go.
Right. No, it was good. It was good music then.
Yes, it was.
Maybe that was the reasoning, I don't know.
You had to make it stand out. So out of 5 ornaments, how many are you hanging on the tree?
I would probably hang, a solid 4. I just really enjoy this movie. I think it's really fun and light, and we've talked about all the things. I would give it a solid 4. What about you?
I'm giving it a 4 1/4.
4 1/4. Yeah. Okay.
I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I do too. Without the quirky music, I might have gone up a half a point.
There you go.
So, all right. 4 is still really good.
Yes, it is. All right. So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right. Again, if you want to help other Hallmark fans find our podcast, if you go over to Apple or Spotify and give us a 5-star review or rating, and then give us a review, that would help us or the fans find us. And if you want to watch us over on YouTube at Pour the Wine is Rom-Com Time, you can click that like button, hit the subscribe button, and never miss an episode.
There you go. And, if you do take the time if you have time and you can leave us a written review or just the stars, we would really appreciate it. We know it's time consuming. We know what we were just talking about. Everyone's busy, but it really will help us, help other Hallmark fans find us. And we would just really appreciate it.
Yeah. And by the way, we are trying to reach a goal of 200 over at YouTube, and we are at 195. So if you want to be
195? Okay.
one of the next 5 subscribers, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, do it and then let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Share.
We'll give you a
share
shout
with your
out.
Hallmark loving friends. Yeah. You can also send us an email to pourthewineisromcomtime@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts about this podcast, about Next Stop Christmas, about anything Hallmark related. Yeah. We would love to hear from you.
We sure
and
would.
P.S. And by the way, we're going to be, our next Tinsel Tuesday drop is going to be Lyndsy Fonseca in Where Are You Christmas?
Yes, because we just love her.
We just watched that one.
Yep. So we're going to watch it.
Spoiler alert, it's kind of good.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of good.
So there you have it.
All right, now it's a wrap.
All right.
Make
Thanks
sure
for
you
listening.
thanks for follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Till next time.
Cheers.